October 1962. The world did not know it yet, but it was 13 days away from nuclear war. Two superpowers stood armed, watching, waiting. One decision could erase millions of lives. This was not theory. This was not rhetoric. This was the moment the Cold War nearly turned hot. This was the Cuban Missile Crisis. In October 1962, American surveillance aircraft discovered Soviet nuclear missile installations under construction in Cuba, 90 miles from the coast of Florida. The discovery altered the global balance of power overnight. The Soviet Union, under Nikita Khrushchev, had secretly positioned medium-range ballistic missiles within striking distance of major American cities: Washington, New York, Chicago. For President John F. Kennedy, the implications were immediate and severe. The United States could not ignore the deployment, but it could not respond recklessly. A direct military strike risked nuclear retaliation. An invasion risked global escalation. Instead, Kennedy chose a calculated strategy, a naval blockade, officially termed a quarantine around Cuba. It was a message without firing a shot. No further Soviet military shipments would be allowed through. The world watched. Soviet ships moved toward the blockade line. American naval forces stood ready. Behind closed doors, military advisors recommended airstrikes. Some demanded immediate invasion. The pressure inside the White House was relentless. Every hour increased the risk of miscalculation. Meanwhile, in Moscow, Khrushchev faced his own dilemma. To withdraw would signal weakness. To proceed could trigger annihilation. For 13 days, both nations operated under the shadow of nuclear exchange. On October 26th, a message arrived from Khrushchev. The Soviet Union would remove the missiles if the United States pledged not to invade Cuba. A second message followed, more demanding, requesting the removal of American missiles from Turkey. Tension intensified. The following day, an American U-2 spy plane was shot down over Cuba. The pilot was killed. War seemed imminent, yet restraint prevailed. Through secret negotiations, a quiet agreement formed. The Soviet Union would dismantle its missile sites in Cuba. The United States would publicly promise not to invade the island. Privately, it would remove its missiles from Turkey. On October 28, 1962, the crisis ended. The missiles were withdrawn. The world stepped back from the edge. The Cuban Missile Crisis remains one of the most dangerous confrontations in modern history. It reshaped diplomatic communication. It led to the establishment of the direct Washington-Moscow hotline. It demonstrated that power without restraint invites catastrophe. For 13 days, human judgment, not weapons, determined survival. And history remembers it as the moment the world held its breath and survived.